Okay, little Smokies, we're going to change things up a little bit. Simone's going to be the one taking us on this journey primarily. She's going to try and lead this discussion on Baby Reindeer today. So, hope you all are ready for this wild ride and let's get into it.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back, Earthlings.
Yeah, I was thinking of Britney Spears' song. Yes, welcome to this episode of Hot Dogs and Milk.
The Britney Spears song. And
yeah,
then...
everybody now. Oh, no, that's an NSYNC song.
No, that is a Backstreet Boys song. And I can't believe that I'm the one pointing this out. I feel this is terrible.
I'm shocked.
Okay.
But yeah, so welcome to this episode where we're going to be discussing the old Baby Reindeer.
Yep, good old Rudolph.
Baby Reindeer. Well, I don't think so. Rudolph
We're not talking about Saint Nick?
No. So, new documentary on the old Netflix, Baby Reindeer. Did you watch it, Katie?
The documentary, I feel like it's more it's a series, right?
Yeah. What did I say?
You said a documentary, and that is not what this is.
Is it? I feel like it is a documentary because it says it's based on a true story.
Let's see. Okay. So you start telling me the synopsis of this. I'd love to hear from you because so the audience knows I had some homework to do to which I neglected. I chose to video game a little bit more this week than I have in the weeks past. And Simone said, I got you on the research. I'll take the lead. So I'm gonna look into what this is classified as she gives us a synopsis of what this whole Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is about.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed. So, okay, so Netflix, I actually dedicated a lot of time to this. I took Monday off of work and dedicated the better part of my day to watching this show. You're welcome, Katie. So that you didn't have to do it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you not showing up to work, leaving it for all of us to carry so you could Are we doing this right now? Really?
I didn't call out sick. I had a request.
I didn't say you did, but am I supposed to thank you for not working on Monday?
Yeah.
Well, I guess then if this is something
I was working. I was just working for our podcast, which I get no money from.
So this is which could then be considered you being paid for the podcast.
That's true.
I mean, it is,
It was 7 hours because I believe there's 7 episodes. Katie got through 3 and then tried to fast forward through all of them. Is that true?
It's not a lie.
It's not a lie. True. So this movie, let's call it, not a movie. Felt like a movie because it took forever to watch, but it is I'm not going to be in charge of the research anymore.
A 7 episode series was a lot for you to watch.
It was. Okay, so
considering I didn't finish it, I suppose I shouldn't be saying anything. But to be fair, like you even took a day off for this.
I even watched some of the real life interviews, but we'll get there. So Baby Reindeer is about a Scottish man named, or do you remember?
Richard Gadd.
No, in the movie.
What?
You don't remember his character's name?
I was trying to look up the stuff online. I wasn't paying attention. I kind of heard, but didn't.
Okay, so Baby Reindeer, the movie. We're not talking about real life right now. So go with me.
You're talking about the series, not the movie, but the series. Great. I'm glad we're all on the same page here because here I thought
Okay, the series. So Donnie Dunn plays the main character. That's his name. Well, the main character is Donnie Dunn, who is played by Katie Richard Gett.
Richard Gett. Okay.
Yes.
So you were
Got
asking me
it?
that, and I did say it, and you just made me
So,
feel like I didn't.
okay. So everybody knows this movie's about stalking, right? It's about a stalker. You're
Well,
not
we know
doing a
now.
very you're not doing a very good job at what is normally my role where you like
Where I
you
just say, I'm trying to take a drink. I don't ever remember me not allowing you to take a drink.
All right. So let me give you the lay of the story. It's about a stalker. So so in the movie Martha comes into the bar that Donnie works at and sits down. He says, "Do you want anything?" She says, "I have no money to buy anything." So what does he do? Katie, I'm asking you a
Gives
question.
her gives her a free tea
Yes.
and a little bit of extra tea for everyone. I can't find a way to look up what this series genre would be. Like I don't I guess I could have figured out to use the word genre earlier than just now, which is what's happened. So I'm sorry. Uh
So you didn't find it?
no, but I might almost immediately once I type the word genre, which
Oh,
I
okay.
couldn't think of.
Got it. So he gives her a free cup
Oh,
of tea.
immediately
What?
have the answer.
What is
So
it?
it is considered a dark comedy,
Oh, I knew
drama,
that. I knew that.
psychological thriller.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. And biographical.
I knew it was a dark comedy because I saw an interview about that.
Okay. So now you've got my full focus.
Do I?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So what was I saying? So you weren't focused because you don't remember what I was
I said
talking.
you have my full focus now. I'm not
Oh.
sure where. I mean, I don't know why I'm being held under the wire. I feel like that was kind of implying that I wasn't really there because I figured it out.
Okay,
But
so Martha comes into to the bar, and old Donnie Dunn gives her a cup of tea because he feels sorry for her because she is a sad-looking human, if we're being honest.
wasn't she crying too?
She was crying, and she said,
Mm.
"I got no money," so she couldn't buy a cup of tea. So he showed kindness to her, and then after that, what happens, Katie?
Well, first of all, I don't like the interrogation form that you're taking for this podcast. I'm not sure that if this is what I've been doing to you, my sincerest apologies. But also, luckily, this is still within the realm of what I watched, so I'll humor you in this little bit. Uh, so if memory serves me right, he gives her the free tea. Then they continue to chitter chatter a little bit, to which she shares she's a lawyer,
Right?
which is kind of odd
Yep.
because she couldn't afford a cup of tea during tea time.
Well, that's one of the signs that she's lying. And then she says that she's so busy all the time, but then she goes into the bar every day and waits for
Mm,
Donnie to come. And every
I know what
day
that's like, except no Donnie.
that you just
Just
go
sit in a
into
bar.
oh yeah. So he continues to give her free Diet Cokes
Hmm.
and they develop a little bit of a friendship. Then they go out because doesn't Martha want to take him on a picnic? And he's like, whoa, like this is too serious. I cannot go on a picnic. Right?
Yeah, I know for me, I knew my husband was going to propose because he took me on a picnic.
Yeah,
I
that's
knew
what
that
he
was going to be.
says.
Mm.
Only people that are dating go on picnics. I've
Oh,
never been on
well,
a
what? That's not what I was just implying. I took it, that was satire. And then you were like, yep, that's exactly right. So he shut it down immediately. Like, And this is why they never got married. Like, great. Can't wait to hear what the other episodes are about.
I've never been on a picnic before.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Have you eaten outside somewhere before?
Sat on the porch once.
Just once? Just one time? So you never like sat in the grass and like ate something?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a picnic. Spoiler alert. Just because nobody announced it and the Berenstain Bears didn't show up doesn't mean, what are you waiting for, Yogi? What do you need to feel like you've picnicked?
Okay, so Martha brings a nice picnic basket that costs.
No. Don't
I'm
walk away from this question. I'm truly.
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling. But first of all, how much is 140 pounds in dollars?
140 pounds in dollars?
900. Yeah, 140.
Wait, which one is it first? I want to make sure,
149.
149 pounds in doll hairs. Got it. It's approximately $189.86.
So that's how much she spent on the picnic basket in the show. And so that's what constitutes a good picnic. A nice picnic basket, some chocolate, some food.
Something tells me, outside of not acquiring a basket, that you've eaten chocolate and some good food outside before. I feel like you've picnicked, okay?
All right. So Martha,
we'll make a wish, all right? Somebody take Simone out on a picnic. Everybody who's listening, between the 34 subscribers, and also welcome back, everyone. We steamrolled right into this. Simone was excited, but we appreciate you returning, all of that good stuff. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. But somebody take Simone out on a picnic.
Yeah, please. So, okay, you're supposed to reel me back in, and you're not.
I'm reeling. You asked me to contribute the way you do. You need to reel me in.
Yeah, okay, so Martha, they don't go on the picnic, so he says maybe we could go grab a cup of coffee, right?
That seems like a compromise.
I mean, maybe not so, what's the word, intimate?
A picnic is intimate. Got me rethinking eating lunch with friends and shit. Like, what?
It is, but like in that setting.
All right, fair enough. Yes,
Thank
not
you.
as.
So they go to the coffee shop, and he says that he's not into her, right? Why are you laughing at me? I'm being serious.
Because I'm a child. Every once in a while, I hit a little, it's past my bedtime, everyone, for the record. So it could be a little bit of the slap happies. It's pretty late for us old folk.
Especially, yeah. So, okay.
The things we do for you guys.
So, he tries to break it off with her, right?
Break what off, though, exactly? I didn't realize that they had it.
Well, and so he tries to break it off with her, but then she freaks out. Not the first time she's freaked out. Well, no, it is the first time she's freaked out. See, it's all like it's hard to keep all of it in chronological order. I see why you take
fantastic. All right.
I see why you take notes now, like actual notes. But no, okay, for real. So he says, leave me alone. She says, okay, she walks away. But then she starts emailing him. So she sends an email that says all this different stuff. And then she types sent from my iPhone. So he notices that she doesn't have an iPhone. So she's literally sending him all these emails and typing sent from my iPhone.
Why would someone do that?
Because she's a stalker.
But
oh, the iPhone part?
Yeah, no, not the email part is freaky. I'm sorry. I was like, what do you mean? Like, is that a thing that you're supposed to have it say sent from iPhone? Like, is that?
I don't get it. But
Odd.
it's funny though because she spells it wrong sometimes. She spells a lot of stuff wrong in her text messages. It kind of reminded me of myself, to be honest with you.
So, well, but to be fair, you've never sent a message that was not legible and then followed it with "sent from my iPhone." So, I'll
It's
give
true.
you that. But some of this I did hear because despite not watching the series, I did watch the Pierce Morgan interview, which we'll talk about in a little bit here, but I
Yeah.
digress. I did see some stuff about the text messages and ugh.
Yeah, so she sends like an obscene amount of text messages to Donnie and proceeds to stalk him a lot. She shows
Well,
up.
I think stalking kind of implies the a lot part, right? Because it's stalking.
Well, I don't know. There might be some like mid-level stalkers, and then you have like
Yeah, they don't work on the weekends.
they
They're
have
not a part of the stalker union.
8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, nothing more. Did you just say the stalker union?
Yes.
So she like shows up at his house where he lives for like cooking class that his like roommate has going on. She sits on his at a bus stop right outside of his house. She attacks the guy's girlfriend, pulls out her hair.
Oh, Terry. You know
Terry.
what? I remember seeing her in the second episode or third episode. I don't know. I got like halfway through the third episode or something like that. But Terry was a winner for me. I
I
thought
like
Terry
Terry
was
too.
probably the best character that I saw. I'm like, you get it, girl. Like, I don't know about all these other crazy ass people.
Well, and then Martha starts to harass Donnie's parents too. So she calls them and says that Donnie's been in an accident. And so now his parents think he's hurt, and then they can't get a hold of him.
Wait, was oh well, did they get a hold of him?
They did. He went out there to see them,
Oh, good.
but she called the dad. I forget how many times to harass the parents too. So she be harassing everybody.
Oh, yes. I think I saw a clip from something of the dad just going ham on the phone at her.
Yep.
Yeah.
So so this was written and directed by Robert Gadd, and he actually played himself in the movie.
Serious.
Series. Why do I want
Okay.
it to be a movie so bad? I don't.
So it would have been that would have been a long movie. Okay.
7 hours, almost as
Right.
long as Titanic. Remember it used to be on
Titanic wasn't 7.
4 VHS tapes?
Yeah, but it still wasn't 7
I
hours. It's just
know,
because
I was being
VHS.
dramatic. I knew it wasn't 7 hours, but that movie
It's
was
so
long.
big you have to change Blu-rays.
Yeah,
Like, okay, so something that I observed that kind of annoyed me about the whole situation was, yes, this girl Martha is crazy. Yes, she's stalking him and doing all this wild stuff. But he played along, allowed it. I don't even want to play into the whole thing everybody talking about, well, he kind of liked it or wanted it. I mean, that's set aside. Like, he literally entertained it.
yeah.
He continued. I don't care if you want to say it was pity or whatever it was. It really doesn't matter. Like, he could have stopped this at any point and continued to push it further, And I don't think granted, I don't think Richard Gadd put this together, making it seem like he was just painted in a good light, because absolutely not. But I just think do you blame a crazy person for being crazy, or do you blame the sane person for antagonizing the crazy? You know what I'm saying? Because
He'd be a little crazy too.
he's traumatized. There's a difference between being traumatized and actually being mentally ill. Because after watching that interview with Pierce Morgan, I'm going to tell you what, this is just an opinion. Nobody sent any hate to anybody or do anything crazy or, but I'm just saying, I think that lady that he interviewed is for real, her and
Fiona.
Fiona Harvey. Good old Fiona. I'm surprised that you haven't busted out your attempt at a UK accent this entire time. Like, I don't know if you're like holding back or
I've really
I'm shocked.
restrained myself. I've been trying to practice too, but it just comes
Practice. Oh, maybe if we read some of her quotes from the series, you might feel the need.
So I was reading some of them actually. But so you watched the interview with Pierce Brosnan. What's his name?
Pierce, yes, 007.
Oh, yeah.
Took time out of his day. You and the names, between that and your love of these celebrities that you just fight for, you can't say anything about Hillary Duff. Nobody be confused with this being a political protest or something important. Like, she's a saint, trailblazed for everyone to feel confident. But, yes, I did watch the interview
with Pierce Morgan.
Yeah. Yes. And disgusting. Disgusting. The thing that gets me is the episodes that I did watch, you got to see a lot of Martha. So it's not like I have no idea what's happening with this or what had happened. Her mannerisms, her dialect, everything about her was like she and she could have, right? That's what Richard Gadd said, is that he had all these voicemails, voice messages, written letters, all of this stuff, emails that she was allowed to study so she could play this character through and through.
She did a good job.
She did an excellent job. Excellent. But here's the thing, is like, when you watch the interview, you can tell Fiona is the exact same character that this actress was playing in this series. And there's no way that she could have just happened to stumble across acting as this person truly is without having had any type of information. You know what I mean? Like that just is wild to me that she just so happens to have every bit of everything about this woman, Fiona.
Yeah.
This actress.
I know her name. Jessica. That's the real
Jessica, baby Jessica, who fell down the well. Good old baby Jessica.
Jessica Gunning.
All right. Well, Jessica Gunning did an excellent job, but she also was, she could have just swapped out in that interview with Pierce Morgan. And it would have, you could have thought it was the same person, with the exception of the fact that during that interview, this lady Fiona sitting there looking like a big toe with fucking hair. And the worst bangs I've seen since Phoebe in, what is that, season 4 of Charmed, I think it is. Yeah, I'm calling my nerdy side out. All you Charmed fans know.
She kind of looks like when I cut Burnley's bangs by myself.
Oh, yeah,
too.
poor Burble. That is tragic.
I just cut them straight across, too short.
Well, she's in therapy down the line for that.
She actually recently asked me to cut her bangs again.
Oh.
But I didn't. So
that was a good choice.
So if you're listening, Mom, I didn't do it. She always tells me that was a bad idea.
She's probably going to shut down the podcast, and she's been waiting for this. She's like, oh, thank God. Okay. I'm gonna leave now. But the other thing is she said that the actress that played her, Pierce had said in the interview, well, it's kind of uncanny how she looked, right? And she said, well, that's not really much of a compliment or something along those lines.
And
like basically like the actress. And I'm like, you're sitting here looking the way you do, being the way you are. and likely being the person that we've all seen on the, at least portrayed in the show. Like, I know you're not sitting here talking crap about this. And then he shows a clip of Richard Gadd and the actress Jessica, baby Jessica. What's her last name?
Gunning.
Wasn't it Gunning?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So Jessica Gunning is sitting there talking in this interview. And when he stops it to ask her a question, she says, but see, she doesn't even sound Scottish in that clip. And he says, she's not.
Yeah.
She's English. She was just acting in the show.
Yeah, he called her out for sure. Okay, so I have some facts for you. Ready for this?
Oh, are we going to do like a Spitfire round?
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. Do I need to hold on to my hat?
Yes. So this is what is alleged, because nothing's true for sure, right? It's alleged.
Well, only God or whoever
Gab
you believe in. Gab?
So it says that Martha, quote from the show, or Fiona, sent more than 41,000 emails to him.
That's worse than spam. I'm not even sure.
So do the math, Katie. How much is that per day?
Oh, good.
41,000 emails. How many would she have
per day? You have to give me you mean how many a day? How long would it
how many emails would she send? It's 41,000 divided by 12, divided by 4, divided by 24, 7. Wait.
You had me till you lost me. Hold on. So was it over a year period of time? How long was it that she was sending these?
2 years.
Over a year?
I think it was 2 years.
It was 2 years? So that's 24 months. So that's 1,708 emails a month.
Oh my gosh.
Which, if we break that down, I see where you were going with this. It only took me a minute to get where you were at. So that's about 57. It's 56.94. So basically 57 emails a day.
That's nuts.
But that's not taking a break, right? But it's nuts, but not the way in the interview they talk about it. She makes it seem like 41,000 emails is impossible for someone to have sent in that time frame, right?
Right.
She's like, there's no way. And it's like, is it wild to think someone would have sent someone else 57 emails? Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Is it impossible or is it difficult? Especially when they're these short little piece of shit emails, like I want to put it in my bum or whatever she was fucking sending him.
Yeah. 40.
Forward. Damn it.
41,000.
Okay. So another thing about that is in the interview, I thought it was interesting that when it starts, Pierce opens up with some of the things, that are in the show, right? And some of the things that she's accused of doing or whatnot. She immediately comes out with saying that it's not true. None of it's true. I never watched the show. I've never seen anything. And I didn't do any of the stuff that they said. And so I'm like, all right, pause. Hold on. Time out. So if it was me and none of the stuff on the show was true and I didn't do any of that stuff and people just assumed it was me, but it really wasn't.
Right.
Why would anybody be going on Piers Morgan or anywhere else interviewing to be like, hey, I just want everybody to know this isn't me and none of this stuff is true? What?
I don't get it either.
I know she got threats and stuff, but here's the thing. I think it's because people were able to tie it back to actually being her. And I don't think it's right for anybody to be harassed at all. As ironic as it might be if she did do the things that are documented in this series. But I don't know. I think that's weird. But she starts off by saying she didn't do anything. She didn't even know him. She might have maybe seen him 2 to 3 times is what she said.
Right. And not for, okay, so let me go back to my facts. 41,000 emails, 744 tweets, 100 pages of letters. Who writes letters anymore? And 350 hours of voicemails. 350 hours?
350 hours? Hold on. I got to get the calculator out again. Dang it.
Of voicemails.
Wait, what am I? You said 350 hours?
Yeah.
That's that. How many days do you think that is?
Well, you're asking me. I'm not a math whiz.
24 hours in a day, bro.
I know that.
Uh,
Yeah.
I didn't say you didn't. I'm just trying to put it in perspective for you to give you a starting point.
6 months.
Oh, well. Oh, okay. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I do this. Okay, so not quite 6 months. Still see, now you said 6 months, so what I'm about to say, which is ridiculous,
Isn't
now
that
doesn't
shocking?
seem yeah, no, not even remotely close
What
to
is
being
it?
shocking. It's not 6 months, it's 14 and a half days.
Wow, 2 weeks?
2 weeks and a half day. But I'll minimize now for your astronomical guess of
I
6
told
months
you.
for 350 hours, Simone? I'm so
I
disappointed
told
right
you
now.
that. I wasn't good at
But
math.
still, 2 weeks worth, like, you could literally wake up. So, picture it. You wake up Monday morning at midnight. Oh, God. You wake up at midnight, and then you start listening to all the stuff. Did it do the thing again? Ah, yes, everyone. It's that wonderful time again where Simone and I experience technical issues. So here's a nice little cut and edit. Apologies for the garbage. Can you unplug and replug? Oh, go. And you're back.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
I
Can you
don't
hear
know
me?
why it does that.
I don't know either. It, okay. What were we saying? Now I don't even remember. Shit.
Well, okay, so I had a thought while your thought comes back. So 340 hours of voicemails and right?
I
So
thought you said 350.
well, I was just guesstimating. Let me check the facts.
You were guesstimating when you were telling me, or you
No,
read it
just
to me?
now.
Okay. Okay.
350 hours. So in the show, he listens to all of those and puts them into different categories. Oh, this is what I should listen to if I want to feel complicated, complimentary.
What is this, Avril Lavigne? Why you gotta
These
make
things
things so complicated? Just having a freaking
complimented. So
complimented.
if
Okay.
he wants to be complimented or if she's being crazy, and he categorizes us all and then listens to him to make himself feel better when he wants to.
Oh, well, that's cute.
Yeah.
Love that for him.
Yep. So it was a really weird show. What are the reviews on this bad boy? Let me take a look.
I could take a peek as well. So another thing that came up on that interview that I thought was interesting was as it progressed. So she started out saying she'd only met him 2-3 times.
Yeah.
She had just gone into the bar a couple times. He just so happened to be there. And then she said, matter of fact, I didn't even chat with him or initiate any conversation with him. Another bartender had actually served me. She said she was hungry because she was diabetic, which
I did.
here's my shocked
Yeah.
face. But she said she was hungry and she was talking to the other bartender because she was going there to drink lemonade and eat some food or something, right? And he came over and interrupted their conversation. According to her, he interrupted their conversation rudely and started talking to her about her being Scottish and yada yada. And she said after that, she had only seen him, a total of 2-3 times. Then as the interview progresses, she then says, no, I've never messaged him.
Right.
I've never messaged him before. I've never sent him anything. I've never emailed him, nothing. Right? Then later says, well, I did send him a letter, saying I was sorry for what he had went through once I found out or something like that. So that right there, she just contradicts herself, right?
Right.
Then she goes in and says, well, she had only seen him 2 or 3 times, right? But then she said she knew him for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't consider knowing somebody for a few months if I only seen him 2 or 3 times. I've probably seen somebody at the damn grocery store 2 or 3 times this month. You know what I mean? I don't even know him.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. And then she admits to going to one of his shows because he talks about her heckling him at one of his
Yeah,
comedy
because
shows or
he's a
whatever.
comedian.
And she says, "No, I never did that. I mean, I did go to one of his shows." Wait a minute. I thought you said you only saw him 2 or 3 times.
Right.
I thought you said you barely even knew the dude, but now you went to one of his shows? Then she talks about, well, he worked at the bar or whatever, but he only worked certain nights and da da da. You seem to know a lot about someone you don't
That's
know,
right.
bro.
Yeah.
And how do you have the contact information to message them? Because she said she didn't message him right off the get, and then later she says, well, yeah, no, I might have messaged him a couple of times. And then he says, well, it shows that you tweeted him. And I know you mentioned the 700 and something tweets
Yep.
or whatever, right? She says, nah, maybe 18 or 14 times. Here, look, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, old big toe.
18
I'll
to
give you
14
this.
times. Such a random number.
Let's say big toe Fiona only tweeted 14 or 18 times. To me, that's a lot of times to be tweeting somebody you don't know, bro. One tweet's a lot for somebody you don't know, let alone 14 to 18 times. Also, yeah, what the hell? And for her to not have a clear recollection of all this stuff while she's over here flexing about her freaking, oh, I have a photographic memory. Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't flip on and off like a light switch, bro.
Right.
You either got it or you don't. That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
So I feel like when you first started watching the interview, you weren't convinced it was her.
So I did watch the interview with Pierce Morgan 2 different times. It's more along the speed of something that I'm more entertained by watching is something like that. So I know. I didn't do the proper research. Everybody get mad. But the first time I watched it, I was like, well, I mean, who knows, right? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But after I watched the first time, then I watched the first 3 episodes and I got to see the actress playing Martha,
Yeah.
not just in little clips, but actually playing her. And after I watched a whole hour interview almost of this woman being her damn self, I'm assuming, who is exactly cookie cutter, could have just Stepford wived her right onto that other, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. You have got to be out of your mind if you don't think that I think that that is a woman at this point, especially with the way she kept flip-flopping on her story.
Yeah.
And she was talking about Baby Reindeer actually came out like 5 years ago at some BBC art festival or
Yeah.
something. And Martha used to not even be a person. She was a stool, not like a poop, but like a, a stool you sit on,
Yeah.
like a chair or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then it just brings it all back around to, fine, you're so convinced that none of this stuff happened, none of this had to do with you, and none of this other stuff. Then who's to say it's not about somebody else? Why's it got to be her? Why is she so, tight about everybody thinking it's because it is,
Yeah.
bro. It's because it is. And she even admitted that she had problems with that, the legal story. Now, I don't know about the prison time and all that, but the legal story with the other person and all of that, she talked about it on that interview. Now, I don't know all the legal terms that they were using because I don't know the legal jargon. I hardly know our legal jargon. Let's be honest, okay? God. So I have no idea some of the references she was making about Parliament, some or other. I don't know. She lost me. But nonetheless, she was talking about she was never served with something and she never processed the paperwork right, this other woman. And I'm like, wait a minute. So is your whole case about not getting convicted with something that this other lady made a clerical error?
Right.
So you're over here pumping your chest, talking about how you didn't even get charged with nothing. You didn't pick up no papers, no charges, no nothing, because she messed up her paperwork. hold on a minute. I'm not even sure that's what I'd be flexing on. Like, for real, I think I might just low key be like, nah, you can check the records. There ain't nothing there. You know,
Right.
like I wouldn't be like, yeah, there's nothing there because someone messed up with the stamp or I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but I do want to say something I just looked up just for shits and gigs. For the old shits and gigs. Uh I thought it might be fun to see because this photographic memory thing really got me with this lady because I'm like, look, dude, that's like anybody who's smart, right? When people are super smart or like a genius or something,
Like myself.
they're not. I don't know if I should feed into the delusion or I don't know what the right thing is to do here. Someone comment below. Should we let Simone think this, or is the right thing to do to let her down easy and let her know I'm not sure she's quite there. I to be fair though, I'm not, and many other people aren't. Most people aren't. It's the exception, but nonetheless, when people say that they're a genius, normally they're not. When people say that they're, so this lady said she had a photographic memory. Wild guess. How many people? Let me see. Let me just reread this, make sure I don't,
I think I have a photographic memory. Remember I asked you, how do you know if you have a photographic memory?
All right. Yeah, and I don't think you have it. I don't think we have memory. I don't think no.
Who are you to say? I probably do.
Well, not me, but science. Hopefully you believe enough in that.
So if I close my eyes, I see all of the stuff in your office. Photographic memory.
Okay, so according to Science, literally from New Scientist magazine, fewer than 100 people have a photographic memory. Now, that's in the world.
I hate
All
to
right.
be the
Now,
exception, but I am.
here's the thing. This is also, they say, photographic memory is the ability to recall a past scene in great detail with great accuracy, just like a photo. Although many people claim to have it, we still have no scientific proof that photographic memory actually exists.
Okay, so they can't tell me I don't have it. They don't know.
And they can't tell you you do. So there's that. And it also says, how rare is this? The vast majority of people who have been identified as possessing what is this word?
Yeah, I don't know.
Eidetic?
Eidetic.
Eidetic imagery are children. The prevalence as God, what can we just use regular words? God, the prevalence estimates of the ability among pre-adolescents range from about 2% to 10%. I should have sent this to you to read.
You should have
Jesus
looked it up on
Christ.
Wikipedia. You could have understood it better.
And I know what the words mean, but it's like word vomit. It's just word lasagna. There's just fucking noodles of words all over the place. God, it's the second F-bomb tonight. It's past my bedtime. This is what happens. Negligence.
Have to edit it out.
Okay. You try and pronounce this word real quick.
Okay. Idiotic.
I think you went for that too quick. You opened it, you read it, and immediately.
Idiot.
For the audience, it's spelled E-I-D as in Delta.
Delta Dawn. Sorry.
T as in Tango, I-C as in
Cairo.
can you stop singing when I'm Wow. Okay. Well, I think given the late hour and the nonsense that is going to continue, wow, it's almost like it knew. Do the same whatever you did last time, do it again. Whatever you did last time should work. There you go. There you You say you're not hitting stuff.
Till to dawn.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh,
You're using
I can't
your
hear you.
computer mic.
Can you hear me now?
You think you could type in there, switch to my headphones?
Okay, now can you hear me?
There we go. And we're back in business, everyone. We will have edited that part. Thank God for that. Not leaving that.
Oh God.
You just take the wheel.
All
That's how I
right.
feel right now.
Let's wrap this up. This old boy up. So, Baby Reindeer, a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't. Some people think it's too dark or weird. I must be desensitized because I thought neither. Um,
Oh, you thought it was just a normal day?
I mean, it was like he goes.
You're like, everybody gets stalked and essayed and you know
No,
what I mean?
I'm not.
Lives with their ex-girlfriends' mothers and
I'm just saying that it was sad, but I still watched it. It's like people who said that one show with Jeffrey Dahmer. They said the same thing.
I'm sorry, did you just compare Baby Reindeer to Dahmer?
No, yes, in the sense that people didn't want to watch it because it was too dark. So yeah, I am actually.
I'm shocked right now
What?
that you use that. Okay, so I uh, I'm trying to find words here. Jeffrey Dahmer was not only a true story, which this was too, but he killed people. He
I know
tortured
what
people,
Jeffrey
dude.
Dahmer is about. I'm just saying that some people, I might not be the best resource because some people said that show is too disturbing to watch, and I watched it fine. Same with Baby
Oh,
Reindeer.
okay. Okay. Sorry. For some reason I thought you were saying like, yeah, it's as dark as Dahmer and I'm like,
No, I know
What?
it's different.
I mean, different kind of dark. Okay, yeah. I guess it's too late. We'll do our best. We'll do our best to do better next time cuz
Next time, what are we talking about?
we do want to talk about this woman I just learned about. Uh I don't know if you've heard of her, but her name's Ashley Madison.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you've heard of her because I hadn't and went into this documentary that was suggested to me, assuming it was about a woman, probably some true crime. Maybe
No.
she was killed or something. No, it's it's about a horse.
Horse.
It's about deviance.
Yeah, I learned about it on Dr. Phil, so I'm excited to learn more about it.
What you need to do is love yourself. That's as good as a Dr. Phil as I could do.
I love that. That was good.
So, all right. Drum roll.
Wait, I lost the thing.
Oh, no, no, no. Wait a minute, because we had some equipment upgrades before we started today. I'm stalling here for you. I hope you see what I'm doing
Thank
here.
you.
Uh, but we had some equipment upgrades. And so while we were trying to get it working on Simone's side, which we didn't, but there's always next time. I mentioned this whole international goodbye bit, asking what she had asked one of our very well-traveled friends, and she had said, I forgot.
Well, I had a plan.
So you did have this whole time to be doing this, is what I'm saying.
So I did do it, and then I went to a different page. So Richard Gadd is Scottish, right? So I thought it was only fitting that I look up a Scottish way to say goodbye.
Oh, that was very good. I'm not sure how you're going to say that in horror next week after we cover Ashley Madison, but
That's funny.
I'll be interested to hear.
All right, so you say Marshinley. That's goodbye in Gaelic, Scottish Gaelic. Serious?
Can you say it again?
No, Marshinlet.
Marshinlet?
Yeah, MAR space
Mhm.
SIN space LEAT.
Ma. Shen. Met.
Let. Marshinlet.
Oh, let.
LEIT.
What are the spaces for?
I know, because you say it separately. Mar.
Oh, so it's 3 words?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye is 3 words? That seems like a lot.
It's what the people who speak Gaelic do, I guess.
It's what all the Gaelics do. Got it.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us for 51 minutes. Subscribe.
Well, that was specific. Wow. What is you? Do you have she's like, yeah, it's been 51 minutes since I was supposed to have already been in bed. No, but seriously, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please hit us with a like, a subscribe. Apologies in advance for any audio errors or if you experienced the
Demon
audio
voice.
errors the last time. Yeah. We're working on that piece. So,
It wasn't me, as all of you might have thought.
yeah, we did get some feedback back from some of the fans thinking that it was Simone, possibly, I don't know, unearthing her own personal demon. But good news, she's good. She's with us. She's going strong. And we hear you. We have been discussing the possibility of doing a video at one
Yeah.
point. So just hang in there. If you're lucky enough and we have a lapse in judgment, we'll probably do a video here soon. And we will be posting next week around Ashley Madison. So please come back for that. It's likely going to be entertaining because it's a bunch of gross stuff. So
I can't wait. Au revoir.
oh, is that a double goodbye today?
Yeah, that just came out too. Would you stop the recording?
All right. If I can find my mouse. Everybody have a good
Au revoir.
night.
Ta-ta.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Ciao. Ciao now. After.